Hey guys, I'm Aaron and this is SketchUp for iPad Square One, where we take a look at the fundamentals of using SketchUp for iPad. Today, we're going to talk about Autoshape. So, Autoshape's a different command because unlike a lot of the commands we're covering in this series, there's not a version of it in SketchUp for Web or SketchUp Pro. It is its own unique functionality on SketchUp for iPad. It's also different from a lot of the other commands in that you can't input it with touch or a mouse. You can only input it with a pencil. So it is important to have an Apple Pencil for this functionality. The nice thing is it works the same whether you're using just draw mode or click move mode. It's going to work the same, but you can't input it unless you have a pencil. Let's take a look at how it works right now. All right, here I'm going to go into Autoshape. And you see with the flyout for Autoshape, the submenu, there's only one option, and it's the Learn icon that a lot of them have. I'm going to go ahead and click on it real quick right now. When I click on Learn, I get this pop-up. This pop-up is actually a list of all the Autoshape items you can draw, and then clicking on any one of them, I click on Polygon, is going to play a quick video that shows you exactly how to go about drawing them. So this is a great resource if you ever can't remember how to draw a specific shape or something like that. Come in here, pull this up, and take a look at it. So for this video, we're not going to go through all of these because, well, if you need it, just come in here and watch this. But I do want to go through the specifics of how each of these different types of Autoshape items are drawn. So there's actually three different types of items here. So the first three, rectangle, circle, arc, and polygon, are all two-dimensional shapes. They're going to get created slightly differently from this next group, this group of 8. Box, cylinder, all these 8 are a little bit different because they'll actually create solids inside of SketchUp. Down below that, we have some components. So these are actually files that are pulled in that'll be totally different from either the 2D or the 3D shapes. So we're going to take a look at one of each of these. We'll come in here and we'll draw, a shape or two, a solid or two, and then a component or two. And you'll see how they look different when they come in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close it right now. Just remember that that's there. If you ever can't remember how to draw a shape or what you're supposed to draw to get something, go ahead and click right there. To actually use it, this is one of those things where it's like, you probably already figured out how to use this. You probably did this on your own, but if you haven't used it yet, just to show you, if I want to draw a circle, I just come down here and draw a circle on the screen. If I want to draw a rectangle, I draw a rectangle on the ground. That's it. That's everything. Now, these two things are 2D shapes. So if I come in here and pick the edge of the circle and bring up entity info, it's going to tell me that it is an arc. It's a 24-sided arc. That's what a circle shows up as. In the middle, I have a surface. Over here on my rectangle, I have a series of edges and then a face in the middle. This is what comes in when you draw one of the 2D shapes. It just comes in, lays on the surface you drew it on. This could be a vertical surface, by the way. It just pops in there. Super simple, super easy. If I take that a little bit further, if I draw that circle and then put a line going up in it, that line up indicates that it needs to extrude into a solid. When it comes in, it's not raw geometry like the circle was. In fact, if I pick on it again, well, it's already highlighted. If I bring up my info, it tells me it is a solid group. So at this point, when this comes in, this is not raw geometry. It's an important distinction because these things right here are ready to be edited. They're ready to be worked with. So if I want to come in here and immediately go to push pull, I could do that with something like the geometry here. Over here, I can't interact with it because it is inside of a group. So just something to note. Not a good thing, bad thing, just a thing. That's how they come in. But anytime you want to go to those solids, that line away from the surface indicates that, and then like I said, that will be coming in as a group. I mentioned before that these can actually be drawn on other surfaces, so if I was to go into Autoshape and draw a circle on the side like this, it will create that circle, and it's going to create on that surface because I drew it on that surface. Speaking of which, let's talk about some of those components. If you come in here, the components are these bottom pieces, and these are actually connected to specific models. So I want to show you how these work. I'm just going to do a couple of them. We'll do maybe the picture window and then one of the doors. So if I come in here and I draw that shape, It's going to take just a second, but it's going to bring in a live component. So if I look at the info on that, it tells me, oh, this is an Autoshape. This is a live component. And the reason this is different from like these components over here is it's actually connected to intelligence, where I can come in and I can change some of these values. So I could actually come in here and make this bigger, make it wider. I can change those values of the live component that's dropped in automatically. So same thing here. If I want to, let's create that door and let that come in. It's going to take a second. It does have to be connected to the internet to put these components in, because it does go up and grab the file, download it, and bring it into the model. And then once those components come in, you actually have the ability to set these values for each of the items. Really cool, really great way to quickly, I guess I made a dollhouse here, great way to quickly mass out and put geometry in. Now, there is not a way to put precise geometry in here. I don't know if you noticed that as I was drawing, I was just drawing lines, but that's the idea behind Autoshape, is you just start drawing. That's the way it's supposed to work. So if I want to put an exact circle, exact size, then I just come over here and use the circle command. If I need a rectangle that's an exact size, I use the rectangle command. If I want to push-pull an exact amount, I'll use the push-pull command. If I just want to get a cylinder on there and start working off of that, Autoshape does an amazing job of getting you to that point quickly. Once it's here, it's just SketchUp geometry, you know? So if I want to come in here and edit this and make it a specific height or push-pull or something like that, you know, it's just SketchUp geometry. So once it's in, I work with it just like I would anything else. So that is Autoshape. It is an awesome command if you're like me and you just like, I just need to go in and start making stuff. It's quick, it's easy. And on some of those commands, like the doors and windows, it can save you a bunch of time from downloading and placing and then setting properties. Just get that in there quickly and then use the empty info to adjust it if you need to. An awesome shape, especially for just massing, just getting geometry in there. Super helpful, great command. And again, only on iPad for SketchUp. So you should check that out. If you like that video, go ahead and click like down below. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. We create several videos each and every week, and you'll be notified of all of them if you subscribe. Most importantly though, please leave us a comment. Have you used Autoshape? What do you think of it? I would love to hear that. We like making these videos a lot, but we like them even more when they're showing something you want to see. Thank you.